Alright, what's up girls and boys? What's up internet? I am Vianca and welcome to the continuation of our Let's Play slash walkthrough slash guide slash playthrough for The Legend of Legacy HD Remastered for the Nintendo Switch, PlayStations 4 and 5, and PC through Steam. So before we actually go on ahead to the bottomless pit, which is the next stop in our game, and one of the last few areas that we will need to visit in this game, I would just like to show everyone what I've been calling as a Shadow Realm, or the Shadow Realm, which is basically this area that we have here. So right now we're in the hidden forest, but it's completely enveloped by the shadow element, by darkness. And the reason why we are doing this, why I'm showing this to you guys, is because the bottomless pit is like this basically an area that is heavily saturated by the shadow element, which is again an element that only the enemies of this game can manipulate, control, and basically be empowered by. Although technically it doesn't really have any perks to it other than, you know, if the entire area is heavily saturated by the shadow element, then that would just make the enemies stronger. Another reason why I'm showing this area and having an entire video dedicated to it, as short as I am guessing this video is gonna be, is because the Shadow Realm, or this heavily infested by darkness areas, they house a really strong, depending on how you handle it, somewhat strong mini boss sort of enemy that, if you're not careful, can easily wipe out your party. And those enemies come in droves. They come in a mob in the bottomless pit, among other nasty creatures. So before we actually head there, I thought it would be a good idea to show you how, again, the Shadow Realm works, how the Shadow Giants work, and also give a little bit of a tip on how to handle them. The Shadow Realm, first of all, is an area that can appear in any map that you have unlocked and that you can visit, except for, of course, Initium. That place is safe from this shadowy place. They also have, like, since the shadow element is prevalent in this realm, the enemies are, of course, as I mentioned before, stronger. The shadow areas and the shadow giants are therefore a great place to grind out arts, trying to, awaken or unlock them, as well as charms, and trying to level them up. Like, I believe triggering at the very least 6 of these, if you're lucky, will be enough to unlock all the lines of techniques or arts that you can get in this game, if you're lucky. Because again, awakenings are very, very heavily reliant on RNG and your luck as a gamer, which in this playthrough that I have for this recording, for the entire series that we've had, that I've been uploading in this channel, I've not have much of. Seriously, everyone is pretty much still weak, and I've been grinding out 4 hours. It's just crazy. Anyways, before we actually, head on to find the Shadow Giant and trigger that battle, I can provide a tip on how you can call forth this area for your grinding pleasure. Basically, all you need to do is go to the hidden forest and the forest ruins. Just go in, go out, transfer to the other map, go in, go out, transfer back to the other map, rinse and repeat, and you are guaranteed to trigger a Shadow Realm. Whether you trigger it in the Forest Ruins or the Hidden Forest, again, it's RNG, but it will always trigger as quickly as it possibly could, which is very fast compared to if you decide to like visit all the areas that you've unlocked in hopes of unlocking or, you know, calling this shadowy place to your playthrough. Now, it doesn't really matter where you spawn the Shadow Realm. The Shadow Giant will always be there. It will always be a big black mass of shadow on the ground that will go on aggro the moment you are near its vicinity. And again, they're really powerful. So what is a good idea or a great idea to do is to also, you would have, so this here is the Shadow Giant. So what you would like to do is try to find the area where you have unlocked the, what do you call this? I'm trying to look for it because I cannot remember where you have unlocked the spirit perches to make things easier. Because then you won't have to worry about, so here we have the tower. You won't have to worry about summoning the contract or forging a contract with the water element or whatever element really the spirit perch has. So what you would like to do is try to lure the enemy there, which again is easier said than done. Again, enemies are still in this area. They will be much stronger, so just try to lure it. Try not to lose it. Yeah, but sometimes it just, the tower itself is pretty far, so, you know, you're pretty much out of luck. It's one of the hardest things here in the Hidden Forest. That's why I prefer it if the Shadow Realm appears in the Forest Ruins, because we have easy access to the what do you call this? To the spirit perches here. But if you want to know like where the perches are, you can use or access the map. It doesn't really show, like the minimap doesn't show us where we are, but we do have the maps that we have already sold. Like you can see here, you can check where is the tower or the spirit perch that you can use. Unfortunately, it's pretty far from where the Shadow Giant decided to spawn. So we have no choice but to trigger the battle right here. So what you would like to do, so that's a Shadow Giant. One of, I think, the better gears that it does drop is the Robe of Midnight, which, if I remember correctly, it's like a 15 guard armor piece that has quite a lot of perks to it. Like it lessens certain damages. I do remember it doesn't lessen like elemental damages or like the status changes, but all the other what do you call this? All the other attacks that this game has, it weakens those, but you know, not too much, but it's better than the other alternatives. Of course, there are still much better gear for you to have if you use the ships. Basically, what you would like in this battle with the Shadow Giant, and the reason again why you would want to fight a Shadow Giant, is to awaken skills and charms and strengthen those, and hopefully even get some status ups and level up your statuses basically. And what you would like to do at the beginning of each battle is to have someone with, I kind of forgot who has it, but someone who has, well, let's go with a fire contract here. Someone who has the water contract to just spam it. And you don't really need retaliation, but it would be good to have, since that does provide a stronger defense and a stronger counterattack than the other defensive arts that we have. But if you trigger a Shadow Realm and wanted to do the battle with the Shadow Giant at the beginning of the game, you don't have much, but you have Ricochet, that's good enough. Anyways, I'm hoping that we can actually trigger some things here. The Shadow Giant, personally, in the several times that I have fought against it, it's more of a physical attacker. It does from time to time use the power blow, and it does have an insta-kill attack, but it rarely uses that. Again, you can like summon all the elements that you want. That would actually be good. Actually, I'm gonna try to get Phoenix Grace to appear, Water Shield, and again, Retaliation. But the thing is, what you really would like to do is have someone keep using the water contract so that it gets the shadow element to not proliferate as much as it is right now. So yeah, let's do full guard again. Purify, and then water contract, and then retaliation. We would want the shadow element to go down as much as it can. If possible, turn it to 0. Make water be the stronger element. But yeah, I am trying to like get the counter attack to trigger, because this is gonna be a long battle if it doesn't. But yeah, you would want to keep using the contract. Get the water element as high as you can. So let's go with full guard. I'm gonna attack with let's see, sharpshooter, water contract again, and retaliation. There we got. We finally got a counter attack off. So just keep doing that. Just, you know, you will eventually get this enemy down. There, we're triggering it. So right now we have our water element at 35, the shadow at 26. So what that does is make the enemies, or in this case the shadow giant, a lot less stronger. His attacks won't hit as hard compared to when the entire field is filled with shadow element. And also, what having a higher density of water elementals on our side does is that it makes the shield, the water shield, last longer. It makes the passive healing much stronger, and of course, it also makes healing in general. When you use healing spells, it makes those much stronger. So we will keep doing this. Water contract and retaliation. I don't really have that much to worry about with this enemy, apart from the poison attack and also the insta-kill attack that it has, because its basic attacks are just hitting us for less. Like 0, which is just what we want. But yeah, it's a good place to try to trigger awakenings, but I'm not really that, I'm not really trying that much to trigger those, because I would much rather learn some of the skills, or learn for Phoenix Grace, which is so that I could just, change Ricochet. So that I could just change, oh my gosh, change the equipment, the accessories. But anyways, it shouldn't be too hard of a battle as long as you keep the water elemental up. So purify, water contract. Let's just use cleave. Just keep doing that, basically. That's the secret to this. Keep using water contract, which is something you would also want to keep in mind when we go to the bottomless pit. because you won't just encounter one of these shadow giants, you will encounter a pack of them. Like, sometimes there's like 2 or 3, which, you know, is really not what you would like. But it is what it is. So yeah, right now we have it at 40. I think we could manage with this, so let's go full power with this. But again, I would like to learn Phoenix's Grace. So let's do overhead chop and then block. Block is good, at least for my characters, because again, 0 attacks or 0, yeah, enemy damage is fine. Let's go with this overhead chop again. And then block. Insanity is also a attack that you should be wary of because it does confuse your party. And if you don't have there we go, we defeated it. If you don't have the charm to clear confusion, then it would suck, especially if you have stronger characters. Anyways, we received the Robe of Midnight. This is a rare piece of equipment that you can also buy from the item store in Initium in their special section. So we really didn't have much in terms of stat increases, which, as I've mentioned, I've been unlucky with that. So once you defeat the Shadow Giant, everything will turn back to normal. So yeah, just to show you guys what I meant by trying to trigger the Shadow Realm, let's just exit this area, then head to the Forest Ruins. Then I would like to rest because I used up quite a lot of SP points in that. I was really hoping for a stat up in that, but it didn't happen. So go back to the Hidden Forest. If the Shadow Realm doesn't trigger, just exit. Head back to the Forest Ruins. Exit again. If it doesn't trigger, just keep doing this. It may take a while, but it is, as I've tested it, it is the quickest way that you can spawn the Shadow Realm. Which, again, it's not really that quick, but compared to, like, the alternative, it is. Nothing in this game is quick. This game requires you to put in the hours and the work if your luck isn't really that good. So yeah, we triggered it. Again, a Shadow Realm. So you can keep on farming the Shadow Giants until you feel comfortable that you can deal with them, a lot of them, in a single battle and in the majority of our upcoming foray into the bottomless pit. Now, there is one more tip because I'm not sure if you guys saw the YouTube short I did in regards to the tip for this game. Remember what I said with the ships. Now, you can like try to manipulate the time in order to get the ship to return faster, but there is a danger, as I've said, in that you would accidentally glitch out the ship and it won't return, and the entire functionality of the ships will be lost to you in the current playthrough that you have. If you're having a hard time, because luckily, I forgot to mention this, I am so happy about this. We finally got, where is it? Have I not yet? We finally got an alabaster token. We got 2 of those, and I didn't get it in the normal means of waiting 5 hours and 5 hours and 5 hours after 5 hours trying to get it from the ship. What I did was hire a galleon and then let that 5 hours pass by, load the game again, save before I talk to this person here and say, your ship has finished trading and come back to port. Let's see what they brought you. Now you can check if these are not the items that you want. All you have to do is load your quick save. Load it like so. And interact with him again. And he will provide you with different items each time. So if you feel like you don't like the items that they have given you, you can keep doing this. And doing this will save you money and save you time. And you can find the stronger items that you're after. Like, for instance, the alabaster token, which really you can't get anywhere else except from these ships. So just keep doing that. And eventually you will get the things that you want. So basically that's the last tip that I have for this video, and that's all the time we have for today. So in the next episode, we are going to go back. Since I have the alabaster token now, we're going to go back to the Bogstorm Marsh and attempt to defeat the green dragon. Hopefully I'm strong enough, the characters are strong enough, because I don't want to waste like so many days trying to get them to get the, to get to that level of stats that I have in my PlayStation personal save file, because I feel like this playthrough that's just not gonna happen. So we're gonna attempt on the green dragon. And then if we defeat him, like if we can't defeat him, that's fine. We can go back to it another time. But either way, after that, it will be into the breach. We will be heading finally to the bottomless pit, which I am actually dreading. But anyways, that is all the time we have for today. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, you guys know the drill. Dream on, fly on. Bye bye for now. Thanks for watching. Keep safe, everyone, and see you all soon.